This is Tesla Talk for today. How are you guys doing today? Hump Day Wednesday. I am Crystal Harris, principal broker of Harris & Harris Realty Group. And on Tesla Talk today, we're going to talk about the different types of loans and what they mean, score requirements and such, and on and on. So I'm headed to a closing today. Have an amazing client, Mrs. Scruggs, and she's closing on her Mississippi home today. So did I mention that we did not have to offer over? We offer asking price. Woo! Anyway, so and it has a pool. She would have to let me come swim in that pool though. Anyway, but different types of loans you have. The difference between a government funded loan and a non-traditional or conventional loan. So a lot of people have questions regarding different types of loans and what do they mean, what are the requirements, what are the down payment requirements, score requirements, and all of that. So you have your first FHA. FHA is a government funded loan. It does come with insurance that you have to pay to secure for the not a lifetime of the loan, but a certain amount of time until you pay down to a certain percentage of the balance owed. FHA loans are I don't want to say good or bad because it will definitely depend on your preference. But on an FHA loan, you can purchase a home under FHA with a 580 credit score. Now, most times they do require you to have reserves. Reserves basically is just stating that if your mortgage is going to be $1,200, you're going to need at least 3 to 6 months in reserves to show that you have that available at closing. You're not going to go house broke, spending every dime that you have. So it just depends. When you have lower scores, of course, you have higher interest rates. So, but you still can purchase a home on the FHA with a 580 score. Some lenders do allow that. Then on an FHA loan, just like a VA loan, it is a government funded loan. It is not funded by investors. Conventional loans are the opposite. On an FHA loan, you have a 3.5% down payment. That does not change. It's across the board no matter what lender you use. So a FHA loan is a 96.5% loan, meaning you bring the other 3.5%. Now, unless you have a down payment assistance program. And I'll touch on that here shortly as well. But on an FHA loan, the down payment, no matter what, is 3.5%. Now, some people do have programs where you can get down payment assistance where you don't bring it, but 3.5% is always due for a down payment on an FHA loan. But there are other ways that you could get that paid, and we'll talk about that later. Now, you have a VA loan. These loans are for veterans or active military. I am licensed. I am a certified military relocation professional. Myself and a couple of people on the team, we're all licensed for the military relocation, and we are ready to assist for that. VA loans, they are different. They are government funded. However, they have a little bit different requirements. So you could be at least a 640. Some lenders may require lower. It just depends on the lender. But overall, across the board, 640 is the minimum for that as your median score on a VA loan. A VA loan is a 100% loan. And what that means is there is no, they cover 100% of the loan. So you do not have a down payment on a VA loan. So if you qualify for a VA loan, then you will not have a down payment. You will only have to pay closing costs, depending on the situation and the property and all of the other different things that vary, the variations of an offer. But that has nothing to do with the actual loan. So you'll be required to pay your closing costs on a VA loan, but not a down payment, because it is a 100% program. There are a lot of conventional loans. On conventional loans, you have some that are 100% conventional loans. You have some that are 95%. And always remember, if you see on a pre-approval that your loan is a 95% loan, that means that you bring the difference in a down payment. So if you've been approved for a conventional loan and it says it's a 95% loan, that means your down payment is 5% of the sales price. So it's kind of difficult for agents to tell you, what your costs are going to be, and I try not to get tied into that. I always refer them back to the lenders, because the lenders are definitely the ones that will have the numbers for them. I try to stay away from that because I don't want to misquote anybody and cause a issue with funds. And then you also have USDA. USDA loans are for rural areas. You have some that are in there. There is a chart. You can Google USDA And when that comes up, there is a link you can click on to determine if a home is in the rural area or not that is approved for USDA. But just to give you a brief synopsis of the areas, you have some areas in Byhalia, you have some areas in Olive Branch, you have some in South Haven, and in rural areas like Millington, Atoka, Oakland, some parts of Arlington, and Lakeland. It just depends how they classify that property. And a USDA loan is a 100% loan, but there is an income limit as well as every other loan other than the conventional loans. On FHA loans, on VA loans, and on USDA loans, there is an income limit. And they all vary. So you can kind of do your research on those. Each lender offers different things. But what does stay across the board is the amount of the loan. For instance, if it's a 100% loan, that's going to be no matter what lender you use. It is a 100% program for VA and USDA. But USDA, if you're in a rural area, the perk about USDA is that, you know, most times when you're in a rural area, the taxes and the homeowner's insurance are a lot cheaper than it would be in a city. So that's just one of the things that you can think about, the different types of loans. Okay, to recap, you have a FHA, you have VA, you have USDA, and conventional. Conventionals can vary from 100% to 95% to 80-20. Well, the loan is 80%, and that's mostly on investors or self-employed. So they do have a lot of programs for self-employed clients or wanting to purchase a home, but you do have to have a bulk of money if you are not filing your taxes properly, or if you are just writing off debt that you do have that you did accumulate for being self-employed. Like for instance, myself, no matter what amount of money I make, I still have $200,000 to $300,000 in expenses a year, and that's at the minimum. So with that being said, just want to touch bases with you guys today on Tesla Talk and discuss with you the different types of loans and kind of how they work, score requirements. On conventional loans, it's sometimes vary. They do require higher scores. Probably about 660 will get you a great rate, 660, 680. But I did want to also just let you guys know, in this day and time, a 5% and a 6% and a 7% interest rate, it's not bad, you guys. And always remember, when the interest rate starts to go down, you can always refinance your home and lower your interest rate. So do not let these interest rates discourage you at all, because what's going to end up happening is the interest rates are going up right now because the market is hot. So when the market dies down and the interest rates drop, there are not going to be any homes available to purchase. So that's basically, it's kind of like a give or take thing here. But, you know, I would definitely assume that they will be coming down. The interest rates will be reduced tremendously in the near future. However, we don't know when, or we don't know the day or the hour. So with that being said, it's still a great time to purchase a home. And I hear a lot of people say, well, you know, these homes aren't worth it, they're overpriced. You're getting inaccurate information. Please understand that a lender is not going to loan you $400,000 on a home that's not worth $400,000. So just imagine you're putting down pennies on hundreds of thousands of dollars versus a lender funding you money. They're not going to fund you money on a property that does not appraise. Does that make sense? So if a home is listed at $400,000, it has to have an appraisal on it if you're getting a loan. So if you're getting a loan and you have to get an appraisal, it has to be appraised for that amount. So please, let's kind of dive that rumor down, stating that these homes are being listed for they're overpriced, they're this, they're that. There are comps that are being used by appraisers. They can't just say, oh, this home is worth $400,000. There are different protocols in place that requires you to, well, it helps you to know that it will be appraised. So you can't pay $400,000 for a house in a loan if it's not worth $400,000. So let's just clear that rumor there. I will get back with you guys on tomorrow with more Tesla Talk, but I just wanted to go over and cover a lot of the loans. So basically, a better score to have will be around 660. And higher is going to be where it's kind of ideal for you to have kind of like options. And also note that on first-time home buyer programs, the majority of those are loans. They are not, it's not a grant, it's not free money. So please keep that in mind as well. Down payment assistance and first-time home buyers program, I have a lot of people reaching out saying, I want it. But what you don't understand and what you don't know and what they're not telling you is that is another loan. So there's going to be a second mortgage on your property. And it does have to be paid off at the point that you sell your home. You know, so just keep that in mind when you're trying to get down payment assistance programs. In my opinion, it's just better to front the money yourself if you have it. Now, if you do not have the money for that and you need the assistance, then of course, yeah, go ahead and take advantage of it. But just know that the majority of the programs that are out there for down payment assistance, they are loans. They are not just giving you $10, $12, $14,000 for down payment. They are loans, and they must be paid then and there on call due at the time that you sell your property, whenever you do decide to sell it. So keep that in mind as well. That is all that I have today for Tesla Talk. I will get back with you guys on tomorrow, and it has been a great day so far. It's 98 degrees outside on this beautiful hump day. You guys be amazing. Love you guys. Bye-bye.